Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at my newest custom, which is, I guess it's technically a Marvel Legends BASTILA or BASTIA SHAN, or SHAN. I don't know the character. It's a Star Wars character, and you guys know I'm not super into Star Wars. I think it's from KOTOR, maybe? I don't know. My customer wanted this character, so I made it. I don't have to know anything about the character to make it. This is built on a variety of Marvel Legends parts. I put them all together and turned it into, it's actually one figure for the most part. It's the same body that Wasp had minus the pegs in the back. So I think Hellcat used some of that body, maybe Scarlet Witch. A couple of different figures used parts from this overall build. And I'd found like 10 different figures I didn't find them. I bought them. I bought like 10 different versions of that same mold to try to piece together one that didn't have loose joints. Freaking Marvel Legends customs are the worst because, or trying to build customs out of Marvel Legends are the worst. They're so loose most of the time when they're older figures, so it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, I built a core body using all of those different parts, and then I basically sculpted it from scratch. Everything on the legs is resculpted, everything on the arms is resculpted, the majority of the torso is resculpted, the chest, as you can see, is mostly resculpted. Basically everything on here other than the hands and the kneecaps, and I guess the side boob, none of that's resculpted, but the rest is. So it was a lot of sculpt work. I needed to get the baggy clothes look for the sleeves, and then I did a little bit for the pants as well. I didn't want them to look too baggy, like ninja pants, so I kept them kind of tight to the leg for the thigh, and then they got baggy as they tucked into the boot. So that's what I did there. Relatively similar to the arms, except more baggage up at the biceps as opposed to the thighs. Then of course for the torso, I just sculpted all of that on top to make it look like it was like layered leather, like she has in most of the artwork. Gloves are sculpted, obviously, and then I did a little bit of sculpt work on the boots, but not much because they're relatively basic boots. For the shoulders, I had to sculpt those little sleeves on there, so that was kind of fun, having to hollow out the torso to make those fit. I also had to hollow out the torso at the bottom for the abdomen to fit in there, but that worked out. For the skirt piece, it's the Batman Legacy like classic Catwoman skirt that I completely trimmed up and then resculpted the belt area to make that work. I had to shave a lot of that plastic away to make it fit, but it ended up fitting. And then the head, surprisingly, is the new movie Wasp figure. She just happens to look almost exactly like the character, and my customer and I decided that why not use it? We wanted to have more of a realistic person look rather than the like cartoony look that most Marvel Legends have. But I took that head and I resculpted the hair in the front and on the sideburns, and then on the ponytail, I took off her ponytail. I put a steel rod in it, and I reshaped the ponytail with the steel rod to make it fit closer to the head, and then I put that back in, and then I sculpted more hair around the ponytail to make it a thicker kind of ponytail, and I put a little hair thingy in there. And then the sideburns are actually flexible hair material, soft plastic, in other words, and then because she's got these long sideburn thingies, and we needed those, so she has that. So the head's still really posable, even though it has the hair hanging down. And then we left the face alone because the face was gorgeous on this figure anyway. So I did that. And then we also needed some lightsabers, so I had a friend of mine cast up some lightsaber hilts and some lightsabers, and I put those. It's actually the Darth Maul one, which, well, the blades aren't, but the hilts are. And that's perfect because she has a dual lightsaber, so it worked out wonderfully. And paint job is, there's a really dark brown for the gloves, the shoulders, all the dark pieces anyway. And then there's a lighter cherryish brown for the rest. The orange part has really subtle shading that it's kind of like dry brushing, but I did it a different way. I talked about that a little bit on Patreon if you guys are interested in that. But it's all just various mixes of colors. I almost always mix my own colors for the customs to make sure they have the right thing. But the thing that I liked most about this paint job, in particular anyway, was that I got to do a different variety of finishes again. So you can see the dark brown is slightly shinier than the cherry, and then the orangish yellowish color is a lot more flat than the other two. So it kind of brings the character to life, makes it a little bit more fun. It's going to stand out on a shelf. And I was able to maintain most of the articulation, though he didn't care about the articulation as much. We did sacrifice a little bit of range in some places, but otherwise it's good to go. So that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. That does help me out a whole bunch. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to do that, because I do have new videos up just about every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.